Hello and welcome back to One Hype TV. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed our first episode. We really appreciate all your feedback. This week we're going to come at you with something a little bit shorter. I'm going to give the snapshot headlines, and then we're going to hear from Monstro about AVAX, and we'll round it out with our playlist for this week. Turning to Balancer, after voting earlier this summer to increase the compensation for core contributors or ballers, Balancer DAO has voted to fund a vesting rewards program for ballers to the tune of 5,400 BAL tokens over the next 3 months. At the current market price, that comes to around 160,000 USD in total, or roughly around 10K in vesting value per baller per month. And the vesting schedule will follow a 1-year cliff followed by a 1-year linear disbursement. In addition, the Balancer DAO has decided to empower the ballers to implement the incentives agreed upon in a previous proposal to allocate up to 25,000 Balancers in liquidity mining incentives for Arbitrum. Finally, Balancer has also decided to implement a source cred instance for their ecosystem. A total of 350 Balancer per month, or roughly 9.5K USD, has been allocated for the pilot. Sushi has also decided to continue funding its core community support team, or Samurais, to the tune of 5,500 USDC per month for the next 6 months. Now, this team will focus primarily on systematizing the Sushi customer service infrastructure, as well as increasing knowledge and engagement of both users and developers. You can pause the video here to more closely inspect the table on the left. A description to the proposal will also be provided in the description below. Next, we turn to Rari Capital. The DAO has decided to implement important RGT tokenomics decisions that were agreed upon in a proposal late last month. 2.5 million RGT will be minted immediately to support a vesting schedule for founding members, as well as to recruit and retain talent to contribute to the project. Another 7.5 million tokens will be minted evenly over the next 3 years and used to support liquidity mining incentives. Next, we'll take a look at Maker and Aave, both of whom are partnering with the Centrifuge team in order to bring real-world assets, or RWA markets, to their protocols as collateral to mint the DAI stablecoin. Aave Grant's Twitter account had an AMA with the Centrifuge team last week, where Leah Schmidt explained that the partnership would enable users to find
a stable yield against stable, uncorrelated real-world assets, so assets that are not shaken by any crazy crypto volatility that we've seen. On the other hand, this will allow then our partners that are already have their pools up and running, they can also borrow money from that market on Aave and automatically balance their capital needs and with that, provide alternative collateral to Aave.
Focusing a bit more on Maker, a DAI update was posted to the DAO forum last week, which breaks down the distribution of DAI across a variety of metrics, including networks, DEXs, and lending protocols. Now, the highlights of the most recent update included enabling Matic to serve as collateral for minting DAI, as well as the explosive growth of DAI in circulation on both Avalanche and Phantom networks. Now, on the left, we can see the flow of DAI across various bridges from ETH mainnet, with the vast majority crossing to Polygon on a daily basis. Taking a closer look at the L2s, Optimism has seen the greatest increase in DAI inflows over the past week, and as Arbitrum has recently launched, it'll be very interesting to see what this picture looks like in the near future. And to wrap up a snapshot for the week, we turn to NFT platform Rarible, which has recently passed two important on-chain decisions. First, the project voted to put in place compensation guidelines intended to both attract and retain talent to support the continued development of the Rarible platform. In addition to the salaries on the left, core contributors will be offered generous Rari token shares on a vesting cliff. Now, in line with these guidelines, the Rarible DAO currently has a funding proposal pending to kickstart a new round of development of the platform to the tune of $300,000 in Rari tokens to be spread over the next 6 months. It currently enjoys full support and is likely to pass in the coming days. Next, we're going to get Monstro on to give us a better understanding of the latest NFT gaming hype wave, as well as the Avalanche network.
Hi, Monstro here. Another episode of DGen TA and Advice. This is episode 2. I'm going to be talking about hype cycles. So, what hype cycle are we in right now? AVAX. That's what we're going to be talking about. AVAX. Avalanche Network. But before we dig into that, let's take a look to see where the market was and what led to uh, that happening. If we look at Ethereum, it was jumping around, kind of going in this crab motion, little downwards channel, and then randomly out of nowhere on, I think it was July 21st, it just shoots up and takes off. I don't know why. Maybe somebody bought a house with Bitcoin in Antarctica or something. I'm not sure. But before that happened, actually, there was something else happening. NFT games are starting to get some attention. So if we look at Axie Infinity, we'll notice that trend actually started way back on July 4th, maybe even earlier before that for the super duper newbies or insiders. But so NFT games really is what kind of was the catalyst for this market. Well, fast forward, Ethereum starts to take off, Bitcoin starts to take off, and Avalanche isn't doing anything. But then on August 18th, Avalanche releases an article saying they're going to have a program with $180 million. So it starts to take off. I actually looked at the price of AVAX on that same day. I saw that article about 5 minutes after it posted. I don't know how I saw it. I guess I got lucky. But AVAX was pumped up. And I've used AVAX before, and I was like, I don't really like AVAX. I've used them before, but I did not know that they launched a new bridge. Their new bridge is kind of nice. I like it. But anyway, I digress. So Avalanche starts to take off. It's too high for me. So I'm like, I'm not buying that. I got to wait for the price to be way higher before I start aping in. And so when it gets up to, 2-3x more or whatever, however high it's gone, then we start hearing about it on YouTube. And they've since launched several other articles. They've launched Benki. It's like a lending and borrowing platform, I believe. Sushi has announced that they were going to do something. Now they're talking about games coming to Avalanche. So the question is, are we too late? And I would say for Avalanche, it may turn out just like Polygon. Who knows? We don't know. I will suspect that if you think to how Polygon played out, there may be some correlation there to how Avalanche will play out. Even if we have Ethereum 2.0 launching tomorrow, it's very likely Avalanche will play the same way as Polygon. Not financial advice, but if you know that, then what happens after? Well, I would suspect that, yeah, maybe Avalanche will do well, but it's those other DeFi projects that have gotten onto Avalanche that you got to look for. So how do we go about finding those hidden gems in the hype cycle? Well, CoinGecko, of course. Go to the search bar and type in Avalanche ecosystem. So scrolling through that list, we've got about 100 different tokens, and you just start going through them one by one and spend as much time as you want on it or as little time as you want. Start clicking around. You can look at price action. And for those of you that hang out in the One Hive, you guys would have already known about Elk Finance, which looks like about 100% movement in the last 7 days. So good job for you guys looking out for that one. Because it's on the Avalanche ecosystem, it's getting some of those benefits. But what if we were to click on, say, I don't know, Yak Finance, and then take a look at maybe their website, and you might find some modest APYs of, I don't know, 999,000%. Nothing wrong with that, right? What could go wrong with 9,999%? Not financial advice, but this might be dangerous. There may be some fine print. There could be some depositor fees. There could be withdrawal fees. These tokens that they're potentially promoting may see a very fast decline in their price. So if you're looking at these sites, just be very, very careful. Not financial advice. Do your own research. So is there more to finding hidden gems than just farming 9,000% APY farms? I think so. If we look back to what kind of caused this catalyst, we said that Axie Infinity might have played a role in NFT games driving up gas prices on Ethereum mainnet. And with those gas prices, it kind of created this need for another route. And Avalanche just happened to have some really good timing in releasing this $180 million incentive program. And so people are like, wow, gas price is so high, let me leave to go somewhere that is also offering 180 million rewards. So people left to go there, kind of fleeing and driving up some of those crazy rewards, trying to get some of those gains. But what's really at play here, right? It's the network fees and it's the NFT games. And so the question is the next big boom NFT games, or is it networks like Arbitrum, AVAX, Phantom, Hecko? I don't know. I mean, there's lots of chains out there. There's even Solana, that I think that's booming now a little bit. Terra and Dot, and there's another one, Ada or something. But who knows? Lots of games out there too. So what's going to take the stage? I don't know. Games, networks, both. I think there's another bull run coming. Comment down below on what you think is the next NFT games. Any cool games out there that you guys are playing? Any cool networks that you guys are playing on? Comment down below. Thanks.
Hey, thanks, Monstro. We always appreciate the breakdown there. Definitely think these hype waves drive liquidity from chain to chain in this multi-chain future that seems to now be upon us, right? So prepare yourselves. Not financial advice. Well, that's going to do it for One Hive TV this week. We're going to spin up our playlist in just a moment. But before we go on to share a few announcements with you, we will be in Denver next week at MCon. Very excited about that. Very excited to share some of what we find there with all of you. If you enjoy this content, make sure you subscribe, smash a like, share with somebody that you think would enjoy it. We'll have spotlights in the upcoming weeks on the TEC, on Hedgie Finance and their partnership with One Hive. You won't want to miss that one. We also want to let you know that Bright ID, if you haven't had a chance to join their server, you should. They're going to launch a garden in the near future, and we'll make sure to feature them as well. But for now, enjoy the tunes and have a great weekend.
Strutting down the boulevard, I stop and grab a drink. The pusherman comes sliding up, says, boy, got what you need. I got ups and I got downs, the whites and the greens. Do you duck or do you smoke? I said, man, that ain't for me. Just give me the beat. That's all I need. Just give me the beat. That's all I need. About that time a Cadillac come bumping down the street, hits its brakes and pops the trunk, says this you got to see. I got chains and diamond rings, 8 tracks and LPs. Do you like my merchandise? Says still that ain't for me. Just give me the beat. That's all I need. Just give me the beat. That's all I need. Now, los! He throws his cape around my back, says, kid, just come with me. You haven't seen my stable yet, I got every kind of breed. Step inside and meet the girls, Sheila and Janine. Legs for days, they go both ways, still that ain't for me. Just give me the beat. That's all I need. Just give me the beat. That's all I need.